What is going on, YouTube people? Northeast Ohio Cards and Comics here for a little update to the Fanatics shenanigans. This article got posted on CNBC yesterday, September 1st. I didn't see it until this morning. It made its way around Twitter, and there's some interesting nuggets in here for us. This is a more broad-based article, but there's definitely some nuggets in here for the sports card world. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff down below. Definitely smash the like button. Let's really see what we could do on this one. See if we can get this to, can we get it to 300, do you think? I don't know if I haven't had a video go to 300 in a while. Get over 200 on the regular, but let's see if we can get this to 300. But let's go ahead and dive in. So this article is more about Fanatics going public, essentially. And I'll link to this in the description down below. I do recommend reading it in full. We're going to focus on 2 paragraphs that specifically hit in on what the future may hold. But it is expected to IPO. Fanatics is a large portion of this article talks about them wanting to get into sports betting, which is not surprising. And also that they want to get into broadcasting games, along with a bunch of other shenanigans. So there's some bullet points here. But what we care about is the stuff down here, where it kind of outlines. There's 2 paragraphs here specifically, right above this photo here, the kind of give us a little peek into where their headspace is. And this is stuff that we have talked about before on the channel, but it really kind of, I don't want to say it lays it out. And let's give, I'm not, does this mean doom? What we're about to go over, we don't really know yet. Is this doom and gloom? I don't know. We don't know. It's 5 years away, but it gives you an insight into what they're thinking about, and that, the sports card collecting, hobby, flipping, investing, whatever, is still going to exist, but it might look a little different than what we're used to. Whether that's good or bad, we have no idea yet. All we're doing is speculating and reading the tea leaves. So let's go ahead and take a peek at these 2 paragraphs. First one here. Fanatics plans for physical trading card space. Leverage it more via direct consumer offerings. So they want to leverage the space more via direct to consumer offerings, which is exactly what we talked about before. AKA, they want to cut out the middleman. They want to sell direct to you. Now, we don't know what this means for card shops yet. There could still be hobby exclusive products, whatever. But I have a feeling once, they have the ring of power and they one ring to rule them all, that a lot of the other cards that you are going to buy, at least wax, though this gets a little interesting here in a second, is going to come directly from Fanatics. For example, should collectors purchase a trading card, they'll be able to insure the asset, grade, store, and even put them on a marketplace for sale or trade, all through Fanatics. Once again, this is all stuff that we talked about before. Fanatics, the way that their company is built is vertically, which basically means they want a piece of everything. If there's someone in the middle, they're going to try to cut out the person in the middle to control it all, because they want a piece of the pie from every transaction that happens. And it goes on, literally what it says right here. The company would likely collect transaction fees and League would get valuable data. So, that gives us a glimpse. Once again, we don't know what this all means, what this looks like, but it goes to a lot of the things that we've been speculating about for a while now seem to be on a whiteboard somewhere, on a digital whiteboard somewhere. Do you buy a raw card? So once again, this almost sounds like Star Stock. I buy a Fanatics A, I grade it with Fanatics, and then, I can post it and sell it on Fanatics website and ship it home if I want to. This article does also talk a lot about not a lot, but it does mention that Fanatics wants to be a player in NFTs as well. So whether NFTs tie into all this, who knows, or that's a completely separate thing, or a little bit of mix of both. I'm not one that understands the NFT world, so I'm not even going to go down those paths. But you see what they want to do here. You're going to buy the pack from Fanatics. Maybe they rip it for you, a la E-Pack from Upper Deck. Your cards get added to your inventory. If you want to grade it, you can. If you want insurance, you can. Sounds like they're going to have their own buy, sell, trade platform. And you know, maybe this isn't stuff that starts from the ground up. Who's to say they don't go out and start acquiring pieces and parts? There's connections to Blackstone for the people in Fanatics, which would be CGC and CSG. I don't know how deep those connections run, or if it's just, hey, I have money in Blackstone and they go do things on occasion. So I don't know if it would be something where CSG comes over, or if they partner with somebody. My guess is they would not want to do that. They would want their own company. Maybe they would try to partner with someone just to make it look like it's a separate entity that's grading the cards, that it's not all completely in-house. But who knows? And then, of course, they're going to have a vault / buy, sell, trade platform. You know, we've been talking a lot about buy, sell, trade platforms recently. You know, PWCC, all their shenanigans, Alt, eBay, MySlabs, ComC, StarStock, Golden coming. My guess is if I was eBay and I was seriously worried about losing sports card business, this is the one I would be worried about, is Fanatics. Because if they control it all from the point of origin, and then people start sending them their existing inventory to vault, that's a whole different ballgame. They will catch on, and they will catch on quickly, especially if that's the preferred buy, sell, trade platform for cards. Like they mentioned trades. Imagine being able to trade. I post my Baker Hollow PSA 10 optic up and say $650 trade value, interested in these cards. And then the assets just transfer digitally on the platform, and then you could ship the cards home whenever you want them, kind of like StarStock. Like I get the knee-jerk reaction is to doom and gloom this, and I get that. Trust me, I get it. Everyone's gonna run to Sam's Club or your local warehouse store and start loading up on tinfoil and wanting to go down the paths of, you know, how can they produce the cards and grade the cards and this, that, and the other thing. Maybe they sell cards direct, you know, maybe, I don't know how this would work, but like, let's just play this out for a second. Once again, this is pure speculation. A box of Flawless 2027 gets ripped with Bronny James RPAs in it. There's 15 of them. You know, what if those never actually went into a Flawless box and they just went up for sale? I don't know. Could they do that? Sure. Sure, they could do that if they want to. People might not like it. Some people might like it. I don't know. Or maybe it's, you know, it's numbered to 15. 12 of them go into packs. 3 of them go up for in-house auction. So anyone can have a chance to buy it. And then 12 go out in their version of boxes. Who knows? Once again, but to sit here and think that the card space is going to look the same once they take over, I think is foolish. Things are going to change. Some things, guess what, are going to change for the better. Also, guess what? Some things are probably going to change for the worse. We don't know yet. We have a lot of time for them to figure it out and see what it looks like. Let's continue through this real quick because there's one other paragraph that I want to touch on. Speculation on Wall Street suggests Fanatics will also attempt to buy one of the trading card companies. And they mentioned Panini, other firms, Upper Deck, Leaf. No mention of Topps, which is interesting. Which, you know, who knows which one they would buy. I don't think they would go after Leaf. I think it would be Panini, Upper Deck, or Topps. Each one has their own appeal. And once again, just because they buy one outright doesn't mean that they couldn't get pieces and parts from the other. We've talked about this before. Say they buy Topps, and then they go to Panini and say, hey, do you guys really need Prism, Optic, NT, and Flawless as brands? Can we buy the IP rights to those so we could use those names? You still exist as a company. Go ahead and go back to Europe and make your stickers. Let us buy off these couple brands from you so we could use them. Or same thing. They could buy, to me, the interesting one is Upper Deck because of the exclusive licenses that they have. You know, you buy Upper Deck and then you go to Panini and Topps and pick off the pieces and parts. Hey, Topps, we want to buy your Topps Chrome Baseball, whatever. We want to buy the name for Bowman. And Panini, we want to buy Prism Optics, Select, NT, and Flawless. And then in addition, you still have all Upper Deck stuff. So you'd have, SP, SPX, Exquisite, all that stuff could come back. But I do think that they buy one, and then I think that they buy pieces and parts from the other, because I think there is going to be some naming rights that they want to carry over. I think Topps has the most value for that, just because of the Topps history with baseball. And Topps has a history with the other sports as well that they could leverage. So I don't know. We'll see how this all plays out. Once again, this stuff's going to keep happening over the next months and years. We're going to get little tidbits like this. Things are going to start taking shape. They're going to buy certain companies. They're going to buy certain brands. They're going to start acquiring everything or other things. And this is all going to be looked at under a microscope to try to put the puzzle pieces together. Because that's what we do. It's what we do. So curious for your thoughts down below, but it sounds like what we thought, what a lot of us thought, I shouldn't say all, I don't want to paint it with too broad of a brush, but what a lot of us thought is kind of where they're heading. They want to control the whole thing. From the time the card's printed to us flipping it to each other, they want all of it. Once again, I would not want to be a distributor. I would not want to be someone that has an existing direct account with one of these companies, because I have a feeling that stuff's going to be all reworked. If your direct account hinges on you having a good relationship with your rep to get your couple boxes or cases, and you're not adding to the Fanatics brand, I would be worried. If you're someone that's, the more modern shops that are doing the trade nights and has a social media presence and you're putting out content and you have a following beyond just your store, I could see Fanatics wanting to work with a company like that or a shop like that. But we'll see. We will see how that stuff plays out. Hopefully, they do not cut out LCSs. I think those are needed, especially the new wave of LCSs. Some of the old guard LCSs, it's going to sound mean, but I think they need a shake-up to some degree. But the new wave LCSs, I hope, are able to thrive under this company, because they do a lot to grow the hobby as a whole. So I firmly believe that they are needed. Whether Fanatics sees that or not is a different story. That's really, to me, is the big thing that we need to see. How do they work with existing LCSs throughout all this? So once again, curious for your thoughts down below. Don't forget to smash the like button, leave a comment, sub, all that stuff, and we will catch you guys and girls on the next one. Probably no Friday video. This will probably be in lieu of the Friday video. And then I have something already planned for Saturday and Sunday, obviously. So, but we will catch you guys Saturday morning. Peace.